Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and I'm going to make a little faster version of this video because the first one I just went on a 10-minute rant about why Amazon is the absolute worst. They're just a monopoly abusing awful company doing awful things to the environment and just won't do anything about fake reviews. They're just generally terrible. Stop buying from them. There, now I said it. And for God's sake, stop paying them $120 a year for the privilege of shopping there, as they completely destroy your local small to mid-sized city. I think in the last 10 years I've bought 8 things on Amazon and I'm still alive. So, I mean, go to eBay. Us in the reseller community, we have a little saying that, like, if you want to make more money, send it to Amazon because their customers are idiots. And they'll pay double because, well, I already paid for Prime. I have to buy everything on Amazon because I already paid for it. I got to dig myself out of this ditch I put myself in. Yeah, that's the psychological manipulation. But anyway, yeah, they're awful. Okay, great. Let's move on. So, there's this horrible, unfixable scam going on right now, and the measures Amazon would have to go to fundamentally change how they do business, let's just say, in my opinion, it's never going to happen. So, how did they get themselves into this situation? Well, it'd probably help if I said what the situation is. Check out the link in the description. Go watch a quick little video on Reddit that is absolutely blowing up on the main MTG subreddit, aka the worst one, where user EBI Squid shows us clear as day in real time with an HD camera, can't get much more clear than that, of him opening up his what seemed to be factory seal with the Wizards logo and everything plastic on it, booster boxes that he got on Amazon. He's sitting there with 6 of them, Time Spiral Remastered, that ain't cheap. And he opens 2 up and flips over the packs and they're all razor bladed open. It's like a magic trick, except the magic trick is now he's out like a grand. So how did famous magician Jeff Bezos get himself into this situation? Well, step 1, they were having so much fraud involving reseals that they blamed the customers because the customers were, getting something sealed, saying, no, I changed my mind or it's defective, whatever, who cares, whatever option I choose, I'm sending it back. Because remember, Amazon is like, oh, super great return policy, woo, because remember, locally you could just go to your shop and be like, yeah, I'm returning it, done. Cash same day. And so he's like, well, we don't want to be the second-class citizen to local stores. We want to put them all out of business and abuse our monopoly. So we're just going to make returns as no pressure, easy as whatever. And then you guys probably know they take the returns and liquidate them to just like third-party sellers. And it's getting so high volume and they're getting scammed so hard, and not to mention selling defective crap with fake positive reviews written by bots, that the return volume is so high that it's starting to loop back around where, like, these Amazon resellers are undercutting the people who would buy the product normally because they're selling it for less because they got it for pennies. Amazon's entire business model is collapsing because they're too incompetent and lazy to process their own returns properly. They're just like, somebody else's problem. Here you go, here, go buy a pallet of them for $500 there. Now it's out our here, now it's their problem. Amazon, if you can outsource your returns on electronics, home goods, shoes, makeup, cosmetics, whatever. If you could outsource that to a third party who buys it, checks it out, makes sure it's kind of okay for a second, and then sells it somewhere else and can do that full time on a large scale and make a profit, then maybe you should bring people who know how to do that in-house and do it yourself. Because then you could resell it yourself. You idiots. But they're busy buying up grocery stores and Twitch. So, Free marketing tie-ins with Prime. Oh boy, that's probably not monopoly abuse. Oh, that's definitely not sarcasm. Just like when I say I hope Jeff Bezos, when he gets blasted into space, returns home safely, because it would just be tragic if something happened to him after what he's done to society and the world. But, yeah, I mean, just go take a look at that video. It is shocking. I basically just told you what it is. He unseals them. It is tight. Wizards of the Coast plastic, so it would appear it's not loose, it's not stretched, it's not clearly fake. I don't know. I think it's a full counterfeit plastic. I can't imagine that these are reseals, but then again, I'm not there, and one of the boxes in a freeze frame looks like it has like a straight cut reseal mark on it. But I don't know, that's basically the best resealing job I have ever personally seen. But I don't deal with buying and selling a lot of sealed stuff, so it's not like I've seen a counterfeit right in front of my face, but I've seen pictures, and this is a little tidier than that. Which means you're not going to be able to tell the difference until you open it. So here's currently your options now that there's, well, an unknown quantity of repacked, cut open booster boxes with, by the way, in case you didn't see the video, every single booster pack razor bladed open and the good cards taken out already and replaced with, like, cards that I assume weigh the same but are a different rarity or whatever. So your options are, if you bought up a whole bunch of sealed boxes recently on Amazon, is you can open them and lose, 20, 30, 40% because you opened them. They're always worth more sealed. And, well, because of fraud and because Wizards is too stupid to stop the foil scaling problem, yes, you could just weigh the packs, nobody is going to buy loose packs from you. So now you have to open those. So your options are lose a bunch of money by opening it to check on it and see that they're okay and, well, still lose money, or you open it, find out that they've all been razor bladed open and you've been scammed with a reseal, and lose all of your money. So you can lose some of your money or all of your money, and Amazon just got rid of their return policy for all trading cards. I think I neglected to mention that earlier. So now you're stuck with it because so many of their customers were resealing things and returning them that they just said, okay, add this to the list of things that we don't accept returns on under any circumstances. You can maybe show them this video and they might make an exception and like elevate it to somebody who, I don't know, is a supervisor, like a level 2 tech support or something, or not tech support, customer support in Amazon, and they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, this was fraud, okay, whatever. Fine, we'll authorize a refund for just you, just this one time, because it's such a high amount of money and it has 3.7 thousand views on Reddit and makes us look like idiots. But if you really want to hit them in the pocketbook and make them correct this, which I don't care. I don't care if Amazon corrects this. Stop buying anything from them. Just boycott them. But the only way they're going to fix this is if they're like, wow, we're down 50% this quarter in CCG sales. What the hell is happening? And they look into it. They're like, oh, there's an enormous amount of, reseals that people can't immediately tell the difference on. They hit circulation and now nobody wants to buy from us because we're not a trusted source. Oh, we should probably do something about that. Because when you hit them like on the millions of dollars scale, they'll suddenly give a shit. Their whole blame the customer and cut off returns, that was not a solution. That's the quick band-aid, and all they ever do is quick band-aids. They never fix stuff properly. It's all about rush forward, full speed ahead. Then when we've got a monopoly, we can creep up the prices, start actually addressing this stuff. But for now, cover it up. Just band-aid, whatever. We need to move forward. We need to go forward at the biggest growth possible, or our stockholders will be mad. That's the Silicon Valley attitude right there. So if you're thinking, okay, I bought a whole bunch of reseals and counterfeit stuff, I'll just take it up legally with the seller directly, because on Amazon it still says you're buying from like Cheryl's Card Emporium or Jim Bob's Card Depot, right? Well, not if they're using Amazon FBA, which if it's a brand new sealed product with a UPC on it, that is exactly what they're doing. That's fulfilled by Amazon. You take a whole crate full of crap, send it to them, and then they use their distribution network and shipping to send it out along with other orders to save money on shipping. And then you don't have to sit there and, every morning, surprise, you got to ship out 3 of these, put it in a box right now, and ship it within 24 hours or else. And yes, they take an enormous fee for it. They charge like a monthly or annual fee. Then if it doesn't sell too quickly, they charge a storage fee. It is garbage. Don't touch Amazon. Do not sell there. Well, here's the problem with FBA. Okay, so Steve, he's shady. Cheryl and Jim Bob, they're wonderful. They're saints. They've been on Amazon forever. Perfect reputation. So you buy from Jim Bob's Card Emporium and you get a resale that's all full of razor-bladed open crap, and they replaced all the cards with Pokemon cards. Oh, and a little handwritten note that says, F you. So you, the consumer, are extremely mad. You take it up to Jim Bob and say, you sent me a counterfeit. And they're like, you're lying because we don't sell counterfeits. We got these direct from Wizards. I handled them myself, and my entire business is run from my basement. Because Amazon just likes to hide the fact that they're just another ghetto eBay. They'll be like, oh, Cheryl's beautiful candle emporium. Oh, sounds fancy. I wonder what their manufacturing facility looks like. How great. Instead of on eBay, it's like Cheryl_69_candles, lol. Spoiler alert, in both cases, Cheryl's sitting on her ass watching Netflix making them candles in her living room, okay? I don't care how Amazon wants to dress it up and make it sound like you're buying from some big giant manufacturer, okay? It's just Cheryl. But anyway, yeah, Jim Bob's like, I handle all the product myself. I touch it all. I take it out of one box and put it in another and pocket $1. Welcome to Amazon. Occasionally Wizards make something that isn't shit and I make $10 a box. Wow. What a great business model. But they're not counterfeit and you're a liar. Then they get into it. Well, here's the problem. They have this thing called co-mingled inventory, because let's say you've got Jim Bob's Lego Emporium and you got Cheryl's Lego Emporium. And they both send in 20 Lego Spider-Man sets that they went at 6 a.m. and knocked over a grandmother and her grandkids to get from Myers. That is a shockingly realistic account of how these end up at Amazon. But anyway. Oh, and you should hear about all the things that Amazon does to stop people from FBAing stolen product. Here, let me list off all their measures that they have to stop that. That's the end of them. You just ripped off an entire supply truck that was going to Walmart. Now you got a bunch of brand new sealed goods that you want to fence somewhere. We'll start looking for a fence. Ooh, maybe New York. Oh, I heard that's big in Chicago. Amazon should be forced to change their name to "We're literally just a fence, ... don't tell the government, winking emoji." That's another problem with FBA. Oh, and then when the serial numbers get reported stolen because they track that kind of shit, but Amazon doesn't have access to that, Oh, now you're going to look pretty bad because of commingled inventory. So what is that? Let me just go on explaining that. Cheryl sends in 20 Lego sets. You send in 20 Lego sets. They're identical. They're all from the same factory, same series, same revision number, same everything. Doesn't matter if it's, a router, a set of speakers, as long as it's exactly the same with the exact same UPC product code, they will just throw them all in a bin together. So the 20 that Cheryl sent in under FBA, the 20 that Steve sent in, oh no, Steve's an asshole. Jim Bob sent in, they get put in the same bin, and then 100 more come in from 3 other sellers. Well, turns out one is full of sand. They took all the Legos out, resealed it, put some sand in it. Well, now when somebody goes, I want to buy that Lego Spider-Man set and the cheapest price because Jim Bob undercut everybody else by a nickel, so I'm going to buy it from him. Yes, people are that stupid and petty. Okay, then they get sent a box full of sand, and Jim Bob's like, I didn't send in for FBA a box full of sand that I resealed with an iron. And Amazon's like, well, you did, and we aren't going to deal with it. It's because they just say, well, they're all the same, right? And throw them into a bin together, and that is a problem. And that's why when somebody sends in, 100 counterfeit boxes of Time Spiral, or not counterfeit, but resealed, but, whatever, they're going to go out under the names of 10 different other sellers. And then they're never going to know it was you. Could they maybe track serial numbers? I mean, I think there are identifying serial numbers on the back of every single box, right? Or was it, I never found out, is that a shipment number where it's like a lot number or an allocation number or something where there are some similarities, or is it a fully unique identifier? I've heard both. But let's just assume they aren't. There's no way to identify these individually. So they'd have to get an ultraviolet ink and stamp it with a serial number and then record it, and so much computerization, extra stacking time, and well, then the stamp is on the plastic and they got rid of the plastics. And I mean, there's almost no way to solve this other than put them in a separate box saying, hey, these came from Steve. And then they wouldn't even have to necessarily ship them out only when Steve makes a sale. Like when Jim Bob makes a sale, you can take it out of Steve's box, but then as soon as the customer says this is a counterfeit, then you're like, oh, those came from Steve. Now we know who to punish. Now we know who to penalize. Now we know who to seize money from directly out of their bank account because they were dumb enough to give us direct debit access. Which is another reason not to sell on Amazon. They have direct access to your bank account, although that actually is true now with eBay too. July 20th, Jeff's going into space. I'll be watching closely. Can't wait to see what happens. Oh, I said he's going into space as if it's for sure going to happen. It might blow up on the launch pad. That would be terrible. Anyway, this is not getting fixed anytime soon. Okay, if you buy something on eBay, it ships out from the person's warehouse. I mean, there's some weird drop shipping going on with usually Chinese stuff, brand new stuff, that, but not magic cards. You don't drop ship magic cards from anywhere. I mean, if you buy sealed magic product, you are getting it from a person who got it from Wizards of the Coast, and if they got it from a secondhand place and then it's counterfeit, that's their own damn problem. And our number one beef as sellers with eBay is that they always side with the buyer, and it pisses us off because a lot of them are scammers. But that's our problem. You, as the customer, from your point of view, is like, oh, good. So if I get something and I just say with pretty strong evidence that this is a counterfeit, they're either going to force it to be returned, or they'll investigate it. They'll actually just straight up freeze your assets. They will not do another payout. Everything else you sold will get frozen for 30 days. They are not playing because they know that between the random people with no quality standards selling for the first time out of their basement or their garage, mixed with the absolutely zero standards Chinese sellers that pretend they're from America, but they just send some guy here to open a warehouse and pretend they're American, when really it's just direct Chinese imports straight from the port of LA. I mean, come on. And it's all, counterfeit or defective trash, and then they just, duck out, make a new account, open a different warehouse. I mean, they jump around. eBay knows this. They know their sellers are on the whole pretty much assholes. And they know that if they lose a buyer, that's incredibly bad because then they got people selling and nobody to buy it. If they lose a seller, oh well, there's 10 more lining up behind them. That just means less supply, more buyers, and the prices go up a little bit and they make more money. So they will bury a seller. My account is 16 years old or something like that. It's ridiculous. I have over 3,000, approaching 4,000 feedback now lately, and they still will not side with me if the buyer has a dispute. And I have photographic evidence that they sent me back a different product that's a different color, that's a different brand, and it's broken, and the serial number doesn't match. And they're just like, well, f*** you. So eBay is terrible, but not to you. So if you had to buy Magic products not from a local gaming store for various reasons, which I would recommend, do that first, obviously, get it on eBay, because if anything goes wrong, you will get a refund. Now, your only recourse from Amazon is to absolutely beg with the strongest evidence possible their customer support, who obviously, because efficiency, and margins, rushes through everything. They aren't going to watch a 2-minute video you open and shit or even know what the hell you're talking about. They'll be like, oh, there's a black mark, a razor blade mark. They'll be like, what even is this product? Why are you even opening? It looks like fruit snacks. What is this? Oh, except that whole inner monologue of a customer support rep was in English, which that's clearly inaccurate. I heard they literally have timers. They have, like, if it takes more than 3 minutes to resolve a ticket, they just have to pick one and hit the screw over the buyer button and then move on, instead of like carefully considering the evidence, even though it's $1,000 on the line here for this example. So if that doesn't get you far, you basically have to contact them, I believe, a second time, and then once you have 2 denials, that is what's required by every major credit card company to file a chargeback. The second you file a chargeback, they will suspend your Amazon account permanently, and they will blacklist your address, your name, your email, your credit card. I mean, you are now never shopping on Amazon again. So if you hit them for $1,000 chargeback after they failed to give you your money back with fraudulent shit that they pretty much know is fraudulent but refuse to put in the money and effort to do something about, you are done with them. They will ban you for life. But that's fine, because like I said, Amazon, stop giving them money and stop shopping there. You're paying too much and you're an idiot. You're ruining the environment, you're ruining the economy, and you should be shopping on eBay. You will save a lot more money. And while you're at it, stop shopping at Walmart too. So that's about the shape of it. It is just not safe to buy sealed product on Amazon, and you have no recourse if you get scammed. And you're going to, because now that people know they can get away with this and it's a flawless system, and Amazon moves at glacial speeds to fix shit like this, everybody hops on this, and this is going viral. So now, it's not just you guys getting warned about this, it's the criminals getting informed that they can do this. So it's only going to get much worse. So do not buy sealed product from Amazon. And this includes from Wizards of the Coast. Remember, they're directly competing with your LGS on Amazon now, so that's wonderful. If you ever wanted to support that, you're an idiot. But if you need another reason not to do that, it's because the commingled inventory, you might get a counterfeit direct from Wizards of the Coast. You know why? Because it's not direct from Wizards of the Coast. It's commingled inventory. And yeah, they send it by the pallet. They send it by the semi-load. So it's not that commingled, because they're not going to unpack it until they absolutely have to. But I mean, Joe Bob sends in 20 of these, and they've already got a 6x6x6 cardboard box on a pallet from Wizards open. They will throw the counterfeits in there. And then next time you buy from Wizard of the Coast, you might get one of those, because they're all sealed and all the same, right? So if you're thinking, oh, I just won't buy from third parties, I'll buy direct from Wizards, that would be great if Wizards did the fulfillment from their warehouse. No, they send it to Amazon for FBA. So you could get scammed even buying direct from Wizards, which I cannot reiterate more. Don't do that. Don't support that. Oh, and also stop buying sealed product completely, because it's all overprinted, overvalued shit. It's all collapsing. It looks really good, but the real people who really are in the know are getting rid of everything they own, because 1, the game's dying, 2, the collector's editions were the beginning of the end, and 3, it's getting so fragmented and so overprinted that the value of anything printed right now today in 5 years is going to be nothing. You might as well burn the cards for fuel, and that includes the mythics. I mean, it's just, they are printing so many special editions that they aren't special. The different showcase frames, the foils, all this other bullshit, extended art, it's all nothing. People either want the top or the bottom, and everything in the middle gets pushed down, and it gets pushed down to just above the bottom price, but then people are like, well, I guess I'll buy that too. So then they undercut the bottom price, the bottom falls out, and then the whole set's worth nothing. As soon as people get wise to this, they're going to stop doing what they're doing, which is buying like the middling stuff and being like, yes, it should be priced 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 all the way up. No, it shouldn't be. And it just shouldn't. Take my word for it. Magic is collapsing. They are damaging the brand with all this different version collector's bullshit. And it's all going to come crumbling down, and you don't want to be the last one holding the hot potato when you get burned hard. Even if they fix it, even if they level it out, even if they start doing like master sets that are actually worth something that'll continue to go up, the game is dying. And if there isn't a game to play, then your cards are worthless. So I'd get rid of even alpha and beta shit, collector's shit, you know, eternal format stuff. Get rid of that. People said, oh, that'll never go down. Well, if nobody gives a shit about the game anymore because it's gone, or like it's down to 500,000 players, down from 10 million, which that seems realistic to me at this point because standard is unplayable. They broke that irreparably. We're years out from them fixing that. And the active player count on Arena is less than half, way less than half. Those are all signs that you should be selling off everything. Okay, that is not a good thing. Don't believe Hasbro's bullshit at their quarterly, oh, look how great we are, record year, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what kind of creative bullshit they did to make those numbers look that good, but you're out of your damn mind if you think Magic's going up to a positive place. They're doing greedy, abusive, short-term shit. It's going to damage the game. Get rid of every card you own. Liquidate your collection. Only keep the decks you want to play with. Trust me, it is not a sound financial thing to hold on to. Not in 2021. Plus, how many people are going to be playing and spending money on Magic and their new inflated higher price products now that they scammed everybody by getting rid of their MSRP? If shortages break out, or giant famine because of climate change, or another, viral, fungal, or bacterial breakout of any kind, targeting anything, plants, animals, farmland, cows, chickens, people. Economies start collapsing. Inflation kills the entire U.S. economy. How many people are going to be spending on Magic in the next 2 years? You're out of your fucking mind if you are holding cards that are valuable right now and not immediately trying to fire sale them. Get rid of everything you own. This is your last warning. I think I said that about the last 5 times I said it, but seriously. And stop buying more shit from Amazon, especially this scam crap. So that's about all I gotta say about this. Hopefully you're well informed about it now, more so than just the shitty Reddit comment section that's worthless and just karma farming morons. I know more about Magic distribution and these types of scams and FBA for Amazon than all of them combined. So leave a like and subscribe if you're into accurate information and good content, and I'll see you guys next video. Okay, it's mediocre content, but subscribe anyway.